So I recently saw Final Destination Bloodlines and I wanted to give my thoughts on it because I think it's a really good movie. I used to watch these movies when I was a kid, and there were these scenes in these movies that I still remember, like that bridge one where the bridge collapses, and then the roller coaster one, and well, the other one with those woods in the truck, and no one drives behind those trucks because of a Final Destination movie, and they have seen that movie, so they just don't even bother. Even I don't do that. So yeah, those movies were good, and I haven't seen one of these movies for ages because there hasn't been one for over a decade, I think. And this one just came out, and it's just really refreshing. I think, in my opinion, I think it's the best movie of the year. I see movies every week, and so far I think this one was the best one because it is really good with what it does and leaves people just fucking scared after watching the movie. Like, you leave the cinema and you're just scared to do anything because you're like that you could just die just by fucking doing anything. And the opening 15 minutes of the movie, or even 20 minutes, the opening sequence of the movie is really good, and it just hooks you right into the movies. And many movies are not able to do that. They just starts off really slow, and the whole movie, for those movies, they're slow. But this movie is really good. Even the ending is really good. I don't want to get into ending that much because I don't want to spoil that much. And but there have been some hints of older movies, like those woods in the truck. Like, there have been those hints of older movies which were good, I think. And even the deaths in this movie are really, really horrifying. I mean, that's what you expect from these movies. That's what you want from these movies. But even besides that, those really good deaths and perfect deaths, basically, like, the writing is really good. Even the characters are just like really good, and you care about the characters, so you don't want them to die. And I think that's a really good movie. I mean, sorry, that's a really good thing in these movies, because there's many movies that try to do what Final Destination does, but they fail to make you care about the characters, so you just really don't care if they die or not. But this movie actually makes you care about the characters, and I think that's a really, really interesting thing to do in these movies, anyway. And there's so many unexpected moments in these movies, and it's really unpredictable. Like, they kind of show you how someone is gonna die, but they don't die like that. They die in a completely other way. And even there's like tiny things, literally just tiny things, that builds up the tension of the deaths, and it keeps just building up suspension. It's a really suspenseful movie, actually, like every other Final Destination. And the way it builds up suspense is really slow, and it's really well done. Like, the people just don't die instantly, like, they die slowly, like other Final Destination movies, basically. But this movie does it well, I think, kind of better than other movies. Like, this movie doesn't really have the only, so I mean, this is not really a spoiler because it's in the trailer, so I'm sure you've seen it. Like, in that big tower, that's basically the opening sequence of the movie. That's why it's so good. So in the opening tower where everyone dies, and, well, they don't die, she sees the thing, and it's that's really well done. And that sequence is so good, in my opinion. Even the writing is just so good, like when they talk and when they say stupid shit, everything, that even that's funny. Even when Tony Todd comes into the movie, and there's this tiny speech that he gives about death and life. It's like that he was gonna die. He knew that in the movie. R.I.P. to him. I think that's really well done as well into the movie, because this movie is about death. And you don't have to watch any other Final Destination movies before watching this one. And I think that's good, so you can just go in and experience a standalone movie and story, because the story is really strong. Like, I mean, I didn't think the story was gonna be that good. I had high expectations for this movie, and I was waiting for this movie for a long time since the trailer came out. But I didn't think the story would be that good, because these movies are all about deaths and those moments, suspenseful moments, but not the story. But this story was actually really good, in my opinion. Also, in this movie, it's about family. In most of the other Final Destination movies, I think it's about friends, I don't remember. I saw them ages ago, but I'm pretty sure it's about friends. But in this movie, it's about family, and she goes through her family and tries to warn them and stop them from doing anything because she knows that they're gonna die, but they don't obviously believe her. I mean, who would? And it's actually funny at some points. This movie has all the emotions. Like it's sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's really sad, sometimes especially when Tony Todd comes in, and sometimes sad, sometimes funny. Many most of the time it's really suspenseful, and many movies like Final Destination tries to do that, but they fail miserably. Many movies, and but this movie doesn't. This movie does it well, and pretty much every emotion and every scenes this movie has is good that I can think of. There's not a bad scene in this movie or bad anything. Well, not for me anyway. This movie also has one. I mean, I know I said that before, but I generally think this movie has one of the best prologues this year, or even the best like opening sequence this year, and the best one in Final Destination. Like, so there's these people. I mean, this is not a spoiler. You saw that in the trailer, I'm pretty sure. And so there's these people that are in this really high tower, and there's this restaurant built up in this tower. It's made of glass, and they're just jumping and dancing, and the suspenseful just keep creating. It's like so it keeps getting created slowly. That's pretty much it. Like the movie is just really good. I think you should watch it. That's pretty much it. I'll see you later.